You're watching 10 News at 4.
You've basically put the city back on the brink of bankruptcy.
A major setback for the city in its legal battle to keep the pension reforms that voters overwhelmingly passed in 2012. The U.S. Supreme Court has declined to hear the case. 10 News reporter John Horn is in the newsroom. John, this could potentially put this city on the hook for billions of dollars.
Kimberly, the city's pension expenses were crippling, to say the least. I've got some numbers for you. So think back in 2010, try $2 billion in liability, which made up 20% of the budget. Now, voters approved sweeping changes, but the city's actions, or lack thereof, could end up rendering all of that moot.
Again, the voters were right when they overwhelmingly supported pension reform in the city.
Mayor Kevin Faulconer reacting Monday to the Supreme Court's decision not to weigh in on the 7-year legal battle over pension reform. Voters overwhelmingly approved Proposition B in 2012, switching almost all new city employees from a pension to a 401k style retirement plan.
It is saving us literally hundreds of millions of dollars. That's why it's important, so we can invest dollars back into neighborhoods.
The city, however, is now on the legal defensive. Back in 2012, then Mayor Jerry Sanders campaigned on behalf of the measure.
That will save taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars.
Labor unions argued Sanders' involvement required the city to meet and confer with unions before changing their terms of employment. The city says Sanders was exercising his First Amendment right to endorse the measure, which got to the ballot via a citizens' initiative. The state labor board sided with the unions. So did the California Supreme Court, which last year ordered lower courts to decide a remedy.
Even though it's a citizens' initiative, because the mayor endorsed it, it gave it the kiss of death. I'm sorry, but that is outrageous.
Former City Councilman Carl DeMaio authored Measure B, which passed with 65% of the vote. He says the city's retirement benefits need to be sustainable and fair, and says his group will seek all legal avenues to defend every word of the measure. The attorney representing labor tells me the city continually declined her requests to meet leading up to that vote. She says we could get a lower court ruling within 30 days. Now, Jerry Sanders called the decision by the Supreme Court disappointing, but not unexpected. Live in the newsroom, John Horn, 10 News.
Yeah, shocking to a lot of voters what they voted on, and now it's all up in the air. So much more to learn. Thank you, John. We look forward to that.